What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here from Adam's Nintendo World and GamesReviews.com with our very first Stardew Valley slash we talk about whatever slash ask us anything podcast that doesn't have a name. And I can't put all that in a YouTube title because I'm limited to 100 characters. But welcome. This is episode 1. And this is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. I'm doing this with my good friend Will Pennell. Will, how are you, my friend?
Hello. I'm doing well. How are you?
I can't complain. I did some streams this afternoon, and now we're doing this. And the only thing I can say is I hope someone in the chat says, "Hey, I can hear Adam, and I can hear Will."
That would be fantastic news.
So hopefully someone in the chat is going to say, "I can hear Adam, and I can hear Will." But I see a bunch of folks here. I see Pecan, I see Woolly Seasons, I see Carmelo, Ange, Vin Philly, Carlos. Hello, everyone. Hi. I'm waiting for someone just to say, "I hear you." That's all I'm still waiting for. And I hear Will. I will tell you, Will, there was a slight delay between the chat and what we're doing here. I can hear Adam and I can hear Will, says Vin Philly. There we go.
Hey,
people can hear us
perfect.
both. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. Will and I have been friends for... how long have we been friends, Will?
I don't know, at least like 4 years?
But yeah, okay, but colleagues for 5 years or 4 years, or were we friends?
Yeah. I'll say friends for 3.
Friends for 3 years.
That's when I moved in.
Yes, people are now. Everybody's going, "I can hear Adam and I can hear Will." So Will and I worked together in politics. We worked for the same member of parliament here in Canada. Will, for the longest time, worked in our nation's capital in Ottawa, and I worked, down here in southwestern Ontario, in the main office. I think my game froze, Will.
Oh, okay.
No, we're good. I'm back.
Here?
Yeah, I'm back. Mine freezes every once in a while. I think we've had that before. So Will and I worked together for many years, and then came a time when the boss said, "Will, you're going to go and live down in a wonderful little place called Wheatley, Ontario." So Will leaves big city Ottawa and drives down to Wheatley, Ontario. Population what, Will?
I think it's a big old 19,000 right now. No, that's limited. Wheatley?
Like couple thousand? 5,000?
Yeah.
So Will moves down to Wheatley, Ontario, and I still remember our boss at the time came into my office and said, "Adam, we've been talking about Will coming down and working down here in the riding. So, just make him feel at home and stuff." And I think since then, Will, you might have been over for dinner, maybe the first, second, third night you were here. And I think we've been good friends ever since. So that's kind of Will and I's relationship, and we've kind of kept it up. I've moved on, of course, out of that work. Will's still there, just with a different boss. But we had a lot of things in common, including playing video games. Where is that? Carmelo is from the Toronto area, Will. And he's saying, "Where is Wheatley, Ontario?" Wheatley, Ontario, Carmelo, is the world's this is a true story, Carmelo. Wheatley, Ontario is the world's largest freshwater fishing port. Biggest one in the world. Commercial fishing port, sorry. The world's largest commercial freshwater fishing port. It's on Lake Erie. Vin Philly in the chat says, "I was planning a trip to Canada before the pandemic. I hope I can visit there in the next couple of years. I have some friends that moved to Toronto." Yeah. I'm not a big fan of big city living, Vin Philly, but Toronto's a nice place to visit. I think Ottawa's nicer.
Yeah, Ottawa's nice.
Well,
Toronto's got a lot of landmarks.
Yeah, it does. If you're going to come to Canada like once, you're probably going to Toronto.
Toronto or Vancouver or Montreal. A lot of people go to Montreal.
Yeah, it's weird that our capital, I mean, in the United States, obviously, the biggest city's not the capital either, but it is somewhat strange that our capital is not even I don't even think it's the second largest city in Ontario.
In Ontario, yes.
It is? Oh, okay, it is.
In Ontario, not in Canada, but in Ontario. No. Yeah. What would you say would be bigger in Ontario rather than Toronto?
Bigger? No, I'm saying bigger than. I'm not talking about GTA. I'm talking about like all the little places in Toronto. There's not other like Scarborough or something's not bigger than Ottawa.
Oh, okay. I would say I would put the GTA in one, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to say how many within GTA.
Yeah. So anyway, so Will and I have talked a long time about coming together and doing a. Ange says she's never been to Toronto. Ange, I think you're from out west, right? I think Ange is from out west. She's never been to Toronto. Anyway, Will and I have talked about doing a podcast before, and now that I have this platform, I thought now's a good time to do it. So yeah, so you guys know me, and I'm just going to let Will just talk a little bit about things he likes. Go ahead, Will.
Hey, yeah, so like Adam said, we initially met through work, but have since become friends and bonded over board games and video games and all sorts of great nerdy things. And I am back in Ottawa now, still doing the same kind of work that I was doing when Adam and I met. But yeah, also been doing some game related stuff together for a few years now. So it's been,
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
it's
Will,
been a good time.
Will,
Yeah.
meet Carmelo,
Yeah.
our other Stadia writer.
Hey, Carmelo.
Carmelo, meet
Nice to
Will,
meet you.
our first Stadia writer. There you go. You guys have met. You guys both now are employed by the same video game company. There you go. Or a video game media company. Yes.
Stadia's great.
Yeah.
Can't say that enough.
Kyrie in the chat says, when I was a kid, I wanted to move to Quebec. Which just reminded me, just talking about Kyrie and talking about Carmelo reminded me. I just want to give a quick shout out, Will, if you don't mind, to my fantastic Patreon supporters. At the platinum tier, we have Carmelo and Gladiator. At the gold tier, Aurora and Andrew. At the silver tier, Shiznitz, Kyrie, and Alexis. And at the bronze tier, Marge, Taylor, Amila, and Ada. Like with other games where you can name your animals, my Patreon supporters will get their animals named in our Stardew Valley game. Sound good to you, Will?
That sounds incredible.
Sounds good.
I might just have to become a supporter just so I can get my own name.
I mean, your name's on the podcast title. Is that not enough?
I want a chicken named after me, too.
Fantastic stuff. All right. These are going to be fairly free-flowing. I did want to talk about just a couple of games that maybe Will and I have been playing lately, see if anything piques your interest. We're going to hop into just a couple of the one big news item that came out this week around Square Enix. Square Enix? How do you say it, Will?
I say Enix, but I think it's Enix, now that I'm pretty sure I hear Square Enix a lot.
Carmelo asked, did you memorize this? If you're talking about the Patreon list, Carmelo, I have not memorized that list. I've been saying it I've been saying it for like 60-something episodes of Story of Seasons, and I still don't have it memorized. No.
It definitely, no, you need a paper for that. That's just a smart move.
My biggest worry is that I think I've got it memorized, and then I talk about it. Oh, I'm gonna keel over, Will, and then I'll forget.
Don't go to sleep. I'm already having a nap. Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't want to forget someone. That's just.
All right, Will's having a. Wasn't that fake news? Yeah, Carmelo. We'll talk about that in a second. Excuse me.
News.
But Will, what have you been playing this week or last couple weeks, my friend?
Man, there's been a couple things. I've actually been kicking it a little bit old school. Been playing some classic WoW ahead of the TVC, the classic Burning Crusade release.
Hey, Raider. Raider Biz in the chat. Yeah, keep going, Will. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's been the big one, and then like I said, it's been a slightly slow week for games. So
cool.
Looking forward to being done the semester and getting back into it. How about you?
I have been playing, well, as everybody here knows, I've been playing D-Land Pocket Planet, doing streams of that, Cozy Grove streams of that, and Story of Seasons, pre-releasing some episodes of that every day, 9 a.m. If you haven't watched any of my Story of Seasons, there's 70. Tomorrow will be episode 76. Like, that sounds crazy to me. And I just recorded episode 79, I think. So, yeah. I went back and played some Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64. Are you heading to bed, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I ran out of energy at 8:30.
I've taken like 3 naps today, just little power naps.
Nice. I'm not playing Harvest Moon One World anymore, Carmelo. I've beat it, I played it, and I've ditched it. It's gone.
Wait, what's Harvest Moon? Is that the Story of Seasons copy, or?
Well, no, that's a long story. We'll talk about that on a different podcast. And I've been playing Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64, and it does not hold up. But I'm really looking forward to new Pokemon Snap at the end of this month.
What's new about new Pokemon Snap? Because I loved the original as a kid. Like, I played it countless times, trying to max my score.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that wouldn't really hold up, like you're saying. So what's new about the new one that's gonna like draw us in.
Okay, before I do that, can you tell me where the heck you planted all our stuff?
You know what? I knew I forgot something yesterday.
Oh, you didn't plant. You didn't plant anything. All right, good deal. All right, we're off to a great start, folks. We're off to a great start.
You know, I knew I made a mistake somewhere yesterday.
So the new Pokemon Snap, as far as I played a little bit of the old one today, and it's literally an on rails. It's literally an on rails shooter.
Wait, Pokemon Snap?
Yes, it is. It's an on rails shooter, but you're shooting with a camera. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. I was like, Pokemon just took a dark turn, man. Holy. Get the trank gun out. Holy.
Yeah, folks, you will notice my game will freeze once in a while. It's just a quirk of playing multiplayer.
Oh, yeah, it's not the host.
Yeah, no, it's not the host. Yeah, so the new one has like a story, has graded. I don't remember if the original one had graded photos anymore. Did the original have graded photos? Like, there's a 4-star rating system on the new one. It did?
Ooh, I mean, you got points, but I don't remember if you got star ratings.
So this one you get star ratings. You got to try to catch Pokemon in unique positions, and that sounds really dirty, I just realized, but I mean like you had to catch them in like unique poses and snap photos, and so if you catch them in like a very like rare pose, you get more stars, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, when like their wings are spread out and stuff like that.
Yeah. So and then of course there's a did you water everything? You should go buy some more stuff, by the way.
Yeah, I did water stuff.
I'll go buy stuff. Unless you're already going to do that.
No, go.
All right. And so you get graded photos, and there's I think a deeper story to this Pokemon Snap. There's branching paths, I'm pretty sure. There was branching paths on the first one, but like they were like secret and they were few and far between. Sir is in the chat with us tonight. We have Xbox games to give away later too as well, guys.
Someone, hold on, Aang Davis here said we forgot to get our reindeer, and I just need to know, where are the reindeer? How do we get them? Because I'm all for it.
There's
I don't know where they are.
In Harvest Moon, you can get a reindeer.
What?
Yeah, and I never got one. We'll have to talk. We'll talk about Harvest Moon on a different episode, I think. But back to your Pokemon Snap question. I think it's just going to be deeper and more to do, more interesting. I think it's going to be a great game to. Stream. Actually.
Okay.
Like, I think it'd be fun to,
like,
snapping photos with people watching and stuff like that. I think that could be interesting and fun. And there's a bunch of other things. They released about a 6.5-minute trailer the other day, which is pretty interesting. So if you're thinking about Pokemon Snap, Will, I think that's something you should watch and then kind of get a feel for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Other than that, that's kind of what I've been playing. I don't think I've been doing a bunch else.
Carmelo says he's been playing Darkside Detective and Steve.
Darkside Detective, John's also been playing that. Good friend John Scar. Check him out, 4Scars Gaming on YouTube, doing a lot of Stadia stuff. He might be live right now, actually. Don't leave me, but don't leave mine, all 17 or 16 of you that are here. But anyway.
Check him out later.
Yeah, just check it out later. Watch the replay. Sorry, John.
It's just as good as mine, we promise.
Why watch a game that just came out on Stadia when you can watch a game that's been out for a decade?
Do not knock Stardew Valley. This is...
I would never knock Stardew Valley. Anyway, I want to have like just at least one news item. Oh wait, hold up. Carmelo asked, what pose gets you the best score? It sounded really dirty, but there are certain things that get you a good score. Like if you catch like I think in the trailer, like if you catch a Bulbasaur jumping, or not a Bulbasaur, if you catch like an Venusaur jumping off a cliff or something, it's worth a lot of points. Something like that. Anyway,
just when they get angry.
Yeah. Or they show specific emotions, things like that. Okay, I planted a bunch more stuff here, pal.
It often involved hitting them with like the Pokemon food that you can throw or whatever.
Yes, you can throw Pokemon food in this one again. Yep.
Good.
Okay. Kyrie is just doing the emoji face with the zippers. Anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
This is a family-friendly show, so we'll steer clear of that dark path. Anyway,
Remove
folks,
ourselves from temptation.
just want to flag for you tonight. You do have, if you would like to use it, coming up as in our next little section. No, sorry, I'm going to leave this. I'm going to go back to my news story. Did you see the rumor from Bloomberg this week about Sony buying Square Enix?
Yes, I saw it, but I did not look any further into it.
Okay, it turned out to be false. Bloomberg, in my opinion, is not. I don't know about their other content. Their video game content has always been subpar. And they brought on Jason Schreier, I think that's how you say his name, who I think is, he means well with what he does, but he's got a definite agenda that he's not afraid to hide. Yes, and he's not the most, how do I say this nicely? I don't think he vets the information he receives. He just gets it and spews it.
That is a dangerous practice.
He is also one of those characters who will literally get someone tip him off. So it could be someone at Nintendo tips him off and says, hey, there's a direct coming out. This is what's going to be in it. And he'll publish it. He's that kind of guy. And then people will call him out for it, and he'll be like, oh, well, it's journalism. I have to report on it. Well, it's not. There's people that work so hard. Like, I hear rumors all the time. And I actually had a source once who worked at a company I won't talk about in Canada who told me things that were coming. And never in a million years. One, I didn't want to get him, the guy that told me this stuff, in trouble. And two, it's not my place to tell you about a new game coming out from a big studio.
No, and to pretend that there's some sort of, like, moralistic responsibility to do so is just ludicrous.
And that's his thing. He's like, well, it's journalism. I have to report on it. And I was like, no. So the guys in the chat, not the guys, but people in the chat are talking about how much they don't like Jason. I'm on that block list. He likes to block people that question him. He wrote before the whole debacle with what's that game that came out? I can't think of it. The Cyberpunk 2077. Okay. Yep. Before we all knew that was a crappy situation, he wrote an article, and I understand why he wrote it, about overtime requirements at CD Projekt Red.
Oh, CD Projekt Red. Yep.
So he wrote about that, about how terrible it was. Okay. Mm-hmm. He talks about how there's like mandatory overtime. This company's terrible. They're the worst people on the planet.
We talked about this at the time.
Yes, at the very bottom of his article, he buries the fact, and it doesn't necessarily make it right. Okay, I'm going to say that now. But at the very bottom of the article, he buries the fact that everybody who works overtime was getting paid time and a half.
Wow.
And in my opinion, are you sleeping well?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll stop.
In my
also, yes, the lad is asking if that's the person who blocks everyone.
Yes, that is the person that blocks everyone. You are napping, or you're not napping?
I am not napping anymore.
Okay. Yes, and so I literally just tweeted to him and I said, I understand what you're saying, Jason, but the fact that you buried the information that the people who are being quote unquote forced to work overtime were being paid time and a half for the work they were doing, you've misled people the entire article, in my opinion. That got me blocked. I didn't swear at him. I didn't call him like a shill. I didn't call him anything. I didn't be like, oh, you've got this stupid hidden agenda, you're an a-hole. I didn't do anything. I literally said, you buried information, and that's kind of slimy. And I got blocked. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. Anyway, it turns out that Square Enix is not being sold. Although people have talked, ever since Xbox bought Bethesda, people have been talking about the fact that once we finish this section, folks, we'll do a giveaway, and then I want to talk about a couple other things before we kind of just open up the floor for questions. When Xbox bought Bethesda, that was a big rumor going around. People were like, man, Sony should buy Square Enix. That would be huge. And it would be. That would be massive.
Oh, yeah.
It would be, in my opinion, for Sony, which is a lot bigger in Asia, it would be a bigger deal Sony buying Square Enix than it would be Xbox buying or Microsoft buying Bethesda, I think. I think in the West, people would say Bethesda's a bigger deal. But I think in out East, I think people would consider Square Enix a bigger deal. What do you think? Agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think a lot of the games that they like
Well, yeah,
are
Final
involved
Fantasy,
in.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are a lot of the JRPGs, right? Like,
yeah. Kyrie was just in the chat saying my workforce is overtime too, but she loves getting larger paycheck from time to time. Yeah, I've not made it any secret. I work in healthcare, and with this vaccination stuff with COVID, I've put in more overtime than I want to count. Some of it is like 30 minutes here and there at night, and so I don't actually like submit that kind of information. I just say, hey, I'm a salary employee, this is what you do, especially during a pandemic. But when I can submit it, it's nice. When you're working a couple hours on Saturday and you're allowed to put that in, it is nice, and I don't complain about it. But I don't want to get into this whole whether overtime should be required or not. That's not the point. The point is Bloomberg's reporting is on video games is pretty shallow and pretty crappy. So if Bloomberg's saying it, I would be questioning how true it is.
especially when they're the only source or the first source,
Uh-huh.
right?
Raider Biz in the chat saying, I don't think Sony has the money to afford a studio like Square Enix. Hey, Hera.
I don't know. Sony's got a lot of money.
They really do, yeah. But
Like that, the PS4, PS5 sales. Plus, like, I feel like they're pretty diverse with their products,
it's
right?
Christine. Hi, Christine. How are you?
Well, hello.
Well, she came in with this weird name, Will, so I didn't know it was Christine.
Harajuku Sagi.
Yeah.
That
Is there a story
is
there?
one of her three names.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, Usagi is again. If I get this wrong, she's going to be very angry with me. But I believe Usagi is bunny in Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and that is also Sailor Moon's first name.
Mm.
And then Harajuku Girls, I know was a thing. I don't know exactly what it was, but she combined those two to get Harajuku Sagi.
Okay. I'm going to keep the. I see a question from Kyrie and Shiznitz. I'm just going to keep that for a second here. I did shout out our Patreon supporters at the beginning of the episode. If you do want to support the channel financially, you can through Patreon. There's a link in the description box down below. We also have, of course, the Buy Me a Coffee option if you so choose, or Super Chats. I'm going to open it up and just allow people to ask questions. If I miss your question, you can ask it again because I'm likely not going to start scrolling while I'm playing. But I'm a fairly open book. I don't know how much of an open book Will is. We've got about 35 minutes here to kind of chat.
I'm good. I'm sure people are here to see you, but I can answer questions.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's not a reason to super chat, but if you wanted to do that and post your question that way, I will answer it first, just as a thank you. Okay. First things first, though. Just put a hashtag Xbox in the chat. We'll pick someone in just a little bit to win an Xbox game. Thanks to my friend Four Scars Gaming, John Scar, for providing me some codes as well as the codes I have. We'll pick a bunch of winners tonight, so just get those hashtags going, and then we'll kind of transition into the question portion. I want to get to know you guys, and I want you guys to get to know me. So let's go. Kyrie asked, you work in healthcare too. How many jobs do you have? Just technically the one. Games reviews I would consider, and Will, I think you would agree with me, games reviews is a hobby for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Games reviews is very much a hobby. It's, I would say for me personally, it's maybe an hour a day. I don't think it's much more than that. Does Willie have our fishing rods yet, Will? Not yet?
I
thought that was like day 2.
we gotta go there. We gotta go there today after 5. Yeah.
After 5?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Or before 5.
I think it's before 5, my friend.
one of those.
Anyway,
one of those for sure.
so working in healthcare, and I don't work frontline healthcare. I always want to make that distinction, so that because I've had someone be like, "Oh, you're such a hero." I mean, sure, but I work on the back end in complaint.
Go ahead and call yourself a hero, huh?
I work in like complaints management and stuff like that, issue management, and relations with elected officials. That's my job in healthcare. It's the only real job I have. This YouTube sprang out of a passion to try it, and it's a pandemic, so what else are we going to do, in my opinion, which is why I did this. And games reviews at first was just about someone told me, hey, I got out of university, I have a history degree, and I did a lot of writing, and I wasn't sure where I was going to go with my life, and so I wanted to keep my writing up, so I started writing for games reviews. I just found an advertisement online, signed up to do it, and then slowly since then, I've been starting to build contacts. So now I work with Nintendo of Canada, I work with Xbox Canada, PlayStation Canada, Will, you and I have both gone to community events and been
Oh, yeah.
invited to community events for Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo. And it's slowly just grown. And that kind of goes into Shiznit's question. He says, how does one get into video game journalism? Friends? I know
Yes.
we'll talk about how you kind of got in.
Yeah, well, I mean, it kind of happened in passing. Like, it was, again, when we were working together, and after I had moved out to Wheatley, we were just in the office one day, and you happened to bring up that you do this stuff with games reviews, and I don't know, I don't remember if you asked me or if I asked first. So one of us asked either if I could write or if you were looking for a writer, and the other person said yes, and here we are, just like.
I can tell you exactly how that conversation came up. I still remember why.
Do you actually?
Mhm.
How did it happen?
Right when you showed up is when we started getting like PC hardware. And you know me, Will. I am not a PC guy. I don't know specs. You know me. I don't know specs.
Yeah.
I don't know what's good. I don't know what's bad. For the longest time, I couldn't have even told you what a mechanical keyboard is versus a normal keyboard. And so it was actually pretty selfish for why I asked you to help me, because I was getting these products and I didn't know how to do them properly. And I knew Will.
And me, the guy who's been building computers since he was 16.
Yeah, Will's been building computers, playing computers, and I was like, man, this guy I work with could actually review this crap and get us more hits on the website. So it's pretty selfish, but I think it's paid off now, Will. I think it's paid off.
I have no regrets. Yeah.
All right. Those were the only two questions. I guess people don't want to know anything about me.
I mean, what's there to know, really?
That's rude.
Anyone who knows me knows I'm joking. I hold Adam in very, very high regard.
You guys, literally in the chat, you could ask me almost anything. And if it's family friendly and I can answer it without telling you my address, I'll give it to you.
There go all my questions.
So yeah. Kyrie says I work in admin as a medical coder. Okay, so here's something crazy, Will. I actually know what a medical coder is.
All right, well, that makes sense. I should hope so. Healthcare.
Hey, Will, want me to tell you a secret?
Are you hiring medical coders?
No, I don't know what a medical coder is.
I am also taking computer programming.
How did I meet my wife? Oh, I'm out of energy again, Will. I gotta pay more attention to the game.
Have a nap, man.
Yeah, I'm going. So Kyrie asked how I met my wife. Will, do you know the answer to that question?
You know, I have an idea, but I don't know if I actually know or if I assume this.
All right, well, how did I meet my wife?
Oh man, you're gonna put me on the spot like that?
Yeah.
I believe you may have met your wife at church.
No, not at church. I didn't meet my wife at church. But Will, Carmelo said, I'm guessing eHarmony, and he's not off.
What?
It wasn't eHarmony, though.
Was it what I think it is?
Maybe. What do you think it was?
Was it Christian Mingle?
No, it's not Christian Mingle. It was not Christian Mingle. No, it was Plenty of Fish. I met my wife online. Craziest thing is, so I started talking to her online, and so she Facebooked me, and it turns out she knew like my cousins or my second cousins. We had like people I went to high school with. She knew. It was actually kind of crazy because we were in the same town. Like it's not like we were in different towns. We're in the same town, but that's actually how I met my wife online. You didn't know that, eh? Well,
no, I didn't.
Carmelo says, "LOL, Plenty of Fish."
I am very proudly have never used a dating site.
Proudly? Wow. Wow.
No. Sorry, that came out wrong. Not that I think there's anything wrong with it. It's just I just don't think it's for me, and I just know so many people that like are my age or whatever who have tried it and just had such terrible experiences, but they feel like that's the only place they can go for dating.
Yeah.
So I need to qualify that.
I don't want to get I don't want to get into what Carmelo means with this statement, but all he said was, "I use Plenty of Fish for other things."
Oh dear. Well,
family friendly. Will, family friendly.
Family friendly, and I'm pretty sure he must be mistaken because the only thing Plenty of Fish is used for is finding your soulmate. and nothing else. We have one question from me from Kiri. Kiri, yes,
I gotta hop down. We gotta go in order here, Will.
I'm all
Seriously.
the way up.
Actually, no,
Right.
That is a good question.
Oh no, what was your first console? You're right.
But because
I
we're
did bad.
talking about marriage, answer Kyrie's. That's Kyrie. I figured out how to say
Kyrie.
that. Kyrie.
Oh, okay.
Ask her. You can answer that question.
Kyrie, I am not married, but my girlfriend was in the chat earlier. And we also met online, but not through a dating site. Through a friend. And we've been in a long distance relationship.
Hey, Marge. Marge said, as always, I'm always late to these, despite my best intentions. That's okay, Marge. Marge is one of my Patreon supporters as well, so I want to say thank you, Marge. And she actually created the banner for my YouTube channel. Are you in bed, Will?
Yeah, but I am not now.
Okay. So she created the banner for my YouTube channel, so thank you, Marge.
Oh, very nice.
Okay, so Vin Philly asked, what was your first console? I'll go first on this one, Will. My first console I owned was a Nintendo 64, actually. And I'm born in '88, so I could have had like a Super Nintendo, but I never did. I had a Nintendo 64 was the first console I owned. The first console I bought. Christine's still here. The first console I bought was the GameCube, and I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. I only saved up. This was before I knew about video games, really, right? So I saved up enough money to buy a GameCube, but I did not save up enough money to buy a memory card. So I got the Zelda GameCube. It came with Ocarina of Time, Master Quest, and Wind Waker. I left that console on for a month.
Oh my god!
Because I didn't have a memory card, so I couldn't save the game. So I just had to leave the
Just
console
like a fan blowing on it 24/7 so it didn't overheat.
Oh, I had lots of stuff. I was trying to keep that baby as cold as I possibly could.
Oh my goodness! That's actually, you know what? You probably could have submitted that data to Nintendo. They probably never had one on that long during all their testing. No one's gonna have it on more than 24 hours. We're fine.
All right, you answer that one from Vin Philly, and then we'll move on to the next one.
My first gaming console. Well, I think technically the first one I ever played, I was a little over a year old, and there's actually a photo of me sitting in my dad's lap as he's playing the NES. And so I'd say that'd be the first one that I ever played on.
Mm-hmm.
The first one I remember like buying or being bought because obviously my dad was a gamer before I was born.
Yeah.
Was the N64. I remember when we got that.
The N64.
Yeah. That was I think that was in '97 for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. All right. We're gonna scroll back up here because I'm gonna have to scroll actually. Shiznitz asked if I need more help, and I think he's talking about the website. Shiznitz, you can always send me an email with some writing samples or something, and I'll take a peek. We're always looking for people. The thing is, we can find lots of reviewers. The biggest problem with the website right now is we can't find people who want to do other things besides review. And I can tell you right now, Games Reviews is not pulling in thousands of dollars a month. Let me rephrase that. I can tell you that Games Reviews is not pulling in hundreds of dollars a month. It's very much a hobby website, and so you just have to enjoy. I'm out of energy, and I got nothing to do, Will, so I'm going to bed. Okay. But if you have a passion for writing about games, we need more news and opinion writers, and you'll get games from time to time. That's kind of how we pay our writers. But the problem is people come, and they're willing to write as long as they're getting games. And when the games kind of dry up or there's a slow period, they kind of tail off and kind of disappear, which is hard to deal with. And I mean, I understand too. We're not paying them. I can't force them to stay around, nor can I demand stuff of them. So anyway, Shiznitz, yeah, if anybody ever wants to write, they can always send me an email.
And I know I've been slacking a little bit the last few months.
Yeah, you have, but you're in school. Patreon donations accepted. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have a coffee? Or coffee?
Go for a coffee.
Coffee's a big thing on our streams, Will.
That's good. I absolutely love coffee.
We have 16 people here, and at one point we had 19. That's pretty good. We have not crossed over 20 yet, though. Not tonight.
Well, everyone's having a great night.
I know. Yeah, me too. All right. Ask away, guys. You can get as personal as Kyrie asking how I met my wife to whatever. My favorite game franchises? It's up to you guys. Ask away. What I do with the money that you guys give me or donate to me, how monetization works. You can ask me whatever.
If you don't ask me questions, I'm just going to start asking.
Yeah, Will's going to start asking me questions. You don't want Will to ask questions.
But while we do have a little, I do actually have one for you that I thought of following our question regarding first console. What was your first handheld console?
That's a good story. Where's the well?
It's just a beach up top because that's all that water because we're on the beach.
I just tried to. Oh, it did fill me up. Never mind. I'm an idiot. My first hand. What do you? Okay, yeah, just do all the work. Whatever.
Well, I mean, it's basically what I've been doing anyway. You know what I mean?
My first handheld was a Game Boy Pocket. Game Boy Pocket with a copy of Donkey Kong Country, the first Donkey Kong Country.
What's Game Boy Pocket?
It was like a Game Boy, but small for your pocket. Is that helpful?
No, was it like post Game Boy Color? Like where was it in the Game Boy timeline?
I think pre Game Boy Color. I want to say Game Boy Pocket was pre Game Boy Color. So I think you have the old school Game Boy, which is what Carmelo says he had. I think there's old school Game Boy, and then I think there was Game Boy Pocket, and then there was Game Boy Color. Although it's very possible the Pocket came out after the Color, but it's kind of all around the same time. But that was my first handheld. Yeah, a Game Boy Pocket with Donkey Kong Country. I still remember it. I bought that. My brother Aaron bought so I bought a black one. My brother Aaron bought a clear Game Boy Pocket with Donkey Kong Country 2. My brother Asher bought a green Game Boy Pocket, and I don't remember what game he had.
Was it Donkey Kong Country 3?
No, but knowing him, it was probably a sports game. But I'm not actually sure. Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of people mentioning that Sega Genesis was their first console.
I was never. I mean, I played. Kyrie said mine was Sega and Duck Hunter. Oh, I'm doing a. Are you getting this cutscene or no?
Cutscene? No, I do not have a cutscene.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, a lot of people Sega. The only thing I ever played on Sega was like NHL 94. I think it was 94. Maybe 96. I'm not quite sure. Carmelo's calling us young kids.
Uh-oh.
Vin Phillies.
Back in my day.
Raider, back in my day, he says his first one was NES, Carmelo. Raider Biz says Atari 2600. Ange says Sega Genesis. Vin Philly says Master System. Okay. Kyrie asked, you mentioned you were one of 8. How many brothers and how many sisters? I have 6 brothers and one single sister, Kyrie. 6 brothers, 1 single sister.
And she
got treated like a queen. You gotta believe it. Like a
yeah,
queen.
Sure.
No boy was ever good enough.
Where is she in the order?
Oh man. Okay.
They're your brothers and sisters.
She's the 5th. She was the 5th born.
You don't even know. Oh man, that's savage.
Yeah. And then I think I have a big family, so I'm Dutch. My background's Dutch, and I just have a really large family. So my Oma is Dutch. Oma. I think Germans call Oma too. Will? Christine?
Yes.
Oma and Opa?
Confirm. Yep.
Okay, so my Oma is she had 8 siblings or something crazy like that. I think she has 60-something great-grandkids. If not 70-something. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a very, very large family. And then if you can imagine my wife walking into this situation, she has 1 brother and 4 cousins. Uh-huh. Do you imagine that?
Culture shock. Yeah, no kidding. Holy.
So, yeah. Carmelo says, do you like Dutch ovens? Wow. My brother Joash is here. Joash, J. Raffle. Hey, Joash. Okay. Will, just because of my unique setup, if you want to scroll up, because you don't know any of these people, find 2 folks that threw down that beautiful hashtag Xbox, and just tell them that they're going to win a prize. Pick 2 of them.
All right. You know, the first one I got to go because the name sounds so cool. Pick-on Fusion.
I always say pecan, but I could be saying it so wrong, and he's just never corrected me because he's too polite.
Well, you'll definitely tell us which one said it correctly.
Okay.
And then Vlad.
And
How could I not go with Vlad?
Vlad's a good guy. Vlad's always here. Okay. Shiznet's asked, Carmelo asks, I think, what's your favorite food, Will?
Oh, that's a tough one. My favorite food?
This is tough for me to answer too, because now that I'm older, like when I was a kid, it's easy just to be like pizza. It's pizza. Then you get older, right? And you're like, well, but
I
what
was looking
about...
for a nice steak.
Yeah, right? But like, there are days when I just wanted like a juicy, thick burger with, all the toppings. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to...
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I'm eating one thing for the rest of my life, Will,
Yep.
probably, you know what? It's Disney Cruise Line chicken fingers.
Really?
I'll drop that. Oh yeah, they're like the greatest thing in the world. Disney Cruise Line chicken fingers, amazing. I see Lucy
See,
Lucy in the chat saying, "Oh yeah, I've been trying to catch a stream for ages. Happy to have you, Lucy. We still got a little, like 20 minutes here, I think. So we're gonna be here for a little bit. And
absolutely.
when I say 20 minutes, we're gonna end at the end of a day, of course. So could be a little bit longer. Will, your favorite food? I answered mine, and then I cut you off when I let you talk. So
I mean, you said chicken. You got me thinking Popeyes, but no, I gotta go. I gotta go with a good steak.
a good steak. Will's just gonna
A
go with a
good
good
steak
steak.
with like some mashed potatoes. Some nice garlicky mashed potatoes on the side.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So just going back to something that Kyrie said here. She said, my sister who had passed away had 8 kids as well, 3 boys and 5 girls. That's crazy. 5 girls. If you've been watching the Story of Seasons content, by the way, you'll see that there's a cow in my Story of Seasons content, Will, named Jennifer. That's actually Kyrie's sister,
Oh wow.
who asked that the cow be named that. And Kyrie, I have decided that we are going to get another animal coming up here shortly, and we'll definitely name it after you as well. You can have both your sister and yourself. So, as a fantastic Patreon supporter, yeah, I have great supporters all around. Will, to be honest with you, some of them are on Patreon, some of them are donate through the coffee option. Some of them do the super chats, which are always exciting, and then each and every person really that kind of what's the word I'm trying to say? Like, watches videos. Like, if no one watches videos, I can't do anything. I mean, if no one watches me, I'm honestly not going to keep doing this. Even if 2 people watch me and they both give me $50, I mean, that's great and all, but I need hundreds, And so the people that watch, share, like, comment, thank you to you as well. You're just as important getting the word out there about our videos. So I really appreciate it. And now Will's kind of a part of the team in a way.
Yeah. No, it's good to be here.
Okay. Just gonna scroll up here, and if I missed you, feel free to just drop it right back in. Okay, congrats to me.
It's like favorite thing to do in any game.
Did you see that before? Favorite game of all time? Sure. Okay. So Will, favorite game of all time and favorite thing to do in a game. That's a hard question. Do the favorite game of all time first.
I don't know why it's so easy for me. Dark Cloud.
Really?
Dark Cloud 1. It was the first game I got for PlayStation 2, and I played that game so much. I have a second copy of it because I burned out the first disc. I had to go to EB Games and get myself a second copy of Dark Cloud 1 because my first one was actually burned out. That's how much I love that game.
Carmelo in the chat says that you get 50% of any donations during a stream now.
I mean, it's been said, right? It's out there. It's been established.
It's been established.
No, I mean,
all right,
I'm not here for that. I'm just here for.
Think about should I not have gone to sleep because we just triggered a new day?
I had no energy. That's why I was in bed. So
sorry, my bad.
That doesn't matter to me.
Okay, so my favorite game, and then you think about the thing you like to do most in a game, which could be very difficult to answer that question. But my favorite game of all time is probably The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I absolutely love that game. Love it. Get out of here, you stupid crow. Yeah, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, I would say.
What raises that above all the other Zeldas?
My favorite thing to do in games is actually what we're doing right now, and it's more than one thing. I absolutely love farming simulation games. So whether it's Stardew Valley, Story of Seasons, Harvest Moon, the list goes on. Like Summer of Mara, like D-Land that I'm playing now, that's a big love of mine. Even like Farming Simulator, like Farming Simulator 20, I find it very relaxing. And sometimes games, they can get my heart rate up, and there are times when I just need to sit back, chill out. You know what I'm saying? And so if there's a favorite thing to do in games, water crops, tend to animals, talk to people. It's a cop-out answer maybe because we're playing this, but that's just how I feel. Real quick though on mine, my brother Joash says Ocarina of Time was better than Majora's Mask. I disagree, but I know
I was going to ask you.
But I know
what elevates.
I don't know.
What elevates Majora's Mask?
I think it's the masks. Like I just enjoy the mask collection. I enjoy the 3-day limit and how you have to like kind of work through using the Song of Time to speed up or slow down time. I don't know. I know. The thing is, though, I say it, but I know I'm in the minority. Like, I know most people say Ocarina of Time, so I know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now we need your favorite thing to do in games. Maybe it's racing, Will. Like, that. If you're a big racing fan, that's an easy question to answer, right? I like racing.
It is. Well, but I mean, but it's not even that simple, right? Like, I like racing games, but like, for me, my favorite thing to do in a racing game might actually be customize my car.
Oh, okay.
Right, tune the car is a really important thing. But no, it's not. That's not my answer.
Okay.
My favorite thing to do in games is actually probably like upgrade. Like, I like to grind out a game. Like I was the kid in Pokemon who was like, "Yep, I'm gonna fight Brock when all my Pokemon are level 30. I'm just gonna be in this wild grass, running in circles, fighting level 4 Pidgeys until I can one hit the next 4 gyms."
Will, I do the same thing.
and I don't know why. I know it would be way faster even if I died like 3 times on each gym, but it didn't matter. I just wanted to get that power increase. Like I don't know.
Okay, awesome. My choice for Ocarina or for Majora's Mask is really upsetting some folks. Carmelo tells me I'm wrong, and he says I'm lame. Joash says Ocarina of Time speedruns are cooler as well. Plus, the first 3 days just as boring. Well, as Raider said there as well, Adam Roffle, you cannot be wrong because it's your opinion. Yeah, so suck it.
There you go. You got one defendant.
And he's not even defending my choice. He's just defending my right to have an opinion.
Yeah, he's defending your right to be wrong. That's.
Thank you, Raider. I love it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay.
How do you feel about speedruns? Sorry, I'm getting off.
I know my brother Joash, who, like I said, here in the chat, J Raffle. He's a big fan of speedruns. I enjoy them. Like he only shares the coolest ones with me because he knows I'm not like gonna watch every single one that he does. But he shares the cool ones with me, and they're pretty impressive. Like I know people are breaking the games to do it, but at the same time, they're breaking the games in ways that the games can't be broken. If that makes sense. So it's not like they're like,
as long as they're not modifying any code.
Yes.
Yeah.
So and that does make me like that does intrigue me. I'll admit. All right, Will. I see here an easy lob question from Carmelo. Your favorite chocolate bar, my friend?
My favorite chocolate bar, hands down, is Snickers. I'm a Snickers man.
Is that because you're always grumpy and you need a Snickers?
Exactly. You're not you when you're hungry. I actually signed up for that part, and they did not hire me.
They didn't hire you?
Why. I'm still waiting for the call back up.
Do you want to rage right now, and then we can like create our own commercial?
I get angry all the time, hoping someone just throws the Snickers at me. Almost never works.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't really throw Snickers at you right now. I'm sorry, my friend.
That's a pretty impressive lob.
I like a crunchy bar, the one that has the toffee in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I love a crunchy. Yep. Easy answer. But I also love a Mars bar.
There's something, that weird, like, airy texture of Mars. Never was a fan.
No, I like the Mars bar. Same as like a Three Musketeers, right? Because people in the U.S. don't know what a Mars bar is. Excuse me. I think a Mars bar is like a Three Musketeers. If you don't know what a Mars bar is, Canadian people will know, but I don't think Mars bar is a thing in the U.S. Same as like ketchup chips. Although I did notice my cousins posted a picture of ketchup chips they bought at a store in the U.S. and they say like made in Canada or popular in Canada in the bag on the bag. So they are out there in the U.S.
Because Americans are still wondering why they have ketchup chips. Dude, no one likes these. Why are they here? They're popular in Canada. Just trust us. Try them.
They're the nicest. Canadians are the nicest people on the planet. Just trust what they like.
Yeah, they wouldn't hate something bad. Come on. We know they're nice. They might pretend to like it because they want to hurt its feelings. Never mind. We made a terrible mistake.
Will, we are. I'm going to ask you this question quick before we. Hey, Carmelo, thanks for coming out. Carmelo's got to go because he has to work early in the morning.
Oh, it was nice to meet you, Carmelo.
Here's the situation, Will. What time is it in the game?
It is 2:10 p.m.
Do you want to go one more? They'll push us a little bit past midnight, or do you want to wrap it after this one?
I think we keep going.
Okay, we're going to keep going. But I mean, I'm not going to keep going if there's no more questions. Mars bar.
I think we haven't answered them all yet.
I think so. Am I missing some? Kyrie.
Vlad asked, "What's the first online game you played?"
Oh, okay. I'm just going to quickly comment here. Kyrie says in the chat, a Mars bar does essentially equal a Three Musketeers. Thanks for that, Kyrie. Kyrie will.
Kyrie says it does not equal.
Will. Oh, does that mean does not equal?
Yeah, with a line. A slash means not equal to.
Oh, well, what's it?
Kyrie.
Kyrie, can someone tell me what a Mars bar is like in the U.S.? Because, again, I don't think they have them. But maybe they do. Will, I got to tell you about Kyrie. She pops into my D-Land Pocket Planet streams and literally has to, like, tell me to eat food and stuff because I keep forgetting. She's like, you know how in Ocarina of Time they have, like, the fairy who says, hey, listen.
Listen, Navi.
So this afternoon I was streaming and she literally wrote, hey, period, listen, period, you're starving.
That's incredible. Hey, everyone needs it. Everyone needs that little reminder sometimes.
Listen, it blows my mind that there's 17 people here watching me for as bad as I am at games. Like I posted a video yesterday for Story of Seasons, Will. And in Story of Seasons you get makers like you get in Stardew Valley, okay? A jewel maker, you know those jewel makers in Stardew Valley, how expensive they are? I think they're called like a cause. They're called a cause something. Essentially,
you mean the like replicators?
Yeah. You know how expensive that one is. You need like a iridium bar or something. I got
shard or something.
Yeah. So I got a jewel maker in Story of Seasons, which is expensive, right? And I literally gifted it to somebody. And yet people still come out and watch me play games.
That's what they're here for. They're here for the comedic value.
Hey, I did put that on Twitter the other day. I said, listen, if you want to come out, if you want laughs, I've got laughs because I'm at times terrible at games. Anyway, well, so you had a question from Vlad, you said, about our
we have two questions that I see anyway. First one is from Vlad here. What's the first online game you played?
So I know even when I lived at home when I was younger, my brothers played RuneScape, and I was never a RuneScape guy. And so I started thinking, and this is an honest thing I had to say to myself, have I ever played an online game until I was much older and reviewed stuff? And I'm pretty positive my first like online MMO title was...
Doesn't have to be MMO.
Oh, I know. Well, online game, like does Call of Duty count? Like I feel like he's asking
any game that you okay, well, we'll ask for clarification, but
okay, I play Call of Duty.
Any game that was online connectivity.
Well, I played Call of Duty on like this on the Xbox 360.
Okay.
But like,
I would say that counts.
Okay, but if we're talking about like a massively multiplayer online game, probably Elder Scrolls Online was my first one ever. I think.
That's wild.
Let's just answer both, Will. Your first MMO and then your first game you played online.
Oh dear. Okay, so
we said something wrong though because we're losing viewers.
I
think it's Will's fault, but
that's my bad. My bad, y'all. We got one back. I see. Apologies work. Canada.
Nice.
So the first online game I ever played was Warcraft 2 BattleNet Edition. That was the very first one. I remember that was I literally remember it was like I was at a friend's house on dial-up. We were playing Warcraft 2 online on dial-up.
Okay.
And then we were about to win a game,
Okay.
and the phone rings, which crashes the whole system. And it was like we were so disappointed. But you know what we did? We waited for the phone call to end, and then we went back in another game. Like we had that much patience, right? Kids now can't wait 5 minutes. We waited for the 20-minute phone call with like this friend's aunt or something and her mom, right? It's crazy to think back on. But that was the first online game I played. The first MMO was World of Warcraft. I was deep into World of Warcraft for sure.
All right.
Like from release, but yeah, that I remember that. Oh
man, I love it, man. That's awesome. I lied. Now that you said LAN, I played Age of Empires. I think before I played Call of Duty.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah. So I lied to folks. Okay. Let's see. Do we have other questions? Okay, Vin Philly, which of the farm games do you think is the best for someone that's never played one to start? Ooh. Ooh. Are you gonna let me harvest any of these or no? No. Okay.
Well, it's shared money.
Yeah, but it's not shared. It's not shared experience, Will.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
You missed a Raider business question, by the way, which is what is your favorite video game franchise? If you want to do that before your farm.
Okay. Favorite video game franchise. Ooh. Hey, Gamer Graham. Gamer Graham is a fantastic dude. He even bought me some coffees last stream. Thanks, Graham. I'm gonna ask you this question first. And if people have never played this game, this is gonna sound really odd to them. But Will, do you have any gold turnips or parsnips?
I only have 1 silver. I have no golds.
Me neither. So we're gonna have to go sell all this and go buy a crap ton more.
Yep.
We need 5 gold for the community center, folks. In case you're wondering. My favorite game franchise. I'm gonna say it's evolved over time. Is that allowed? When I was younger, my overall favorite game franchise is the Super Mario. There you go. That's the easy answer. The not so easy answer was when I was younger, Super Mario. And then as I got older and got like computers and stuff in the house, Age of Empires for years and years and years and years. And then probably Harvest Moon kind of crept in around that time as well, and that's kind of where I got my love for Harvest Moon games and stuff like that. And then now it's probably back to like if I have to play one game only, it's probably a Super Mario game. Yeah, you?
That's fair.
Like, do you have that easy answer?
I don't have an easy answer. No, like I've gone back and forth through a bunch of different franchises, right? Like, you know, like you were saying with Age of Empires and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If I had to pick one that stands out, it's the Diablo franchise.
Okay, that's a good pick.
I could have said, I would say Blizzard as a franchise, but I'm gonna pick the Diablo universe. I'm not gonna take too much of a cop out, just because Diablo 1. I have so many gaming stories from my childhood, so it's no surprise that I am where I am.
Yeah.
When I used to misbehave at my babysitters when I was like 2 years old, okay?
Yeah.
I would have to sit on the stairs as like a timeout, and her husband, he worked from home, and so during his lunch hour, he would play Diablo 1.
Okay.
And I remember his name was Scott, and he used to like see me on the stairs sometimes. He'd, Will, come on upstairs, right? I'm like, he's an adult, he's telling me to do something, I can listen to him. And so I go upstairs, and I wouldn't play, I'd just sit on a chair and watch him play Diablo 1.
Real quick, Will, if an adult tells you just to eat the candy?
You eat the candy!
Why are you just standing there?
I'm telling a story! I have to use my hands to tell the story. That means like they're not free for the controller.
No one can see the hands, right?
But it doesn't. I still got to do it, right? Anyway. They can hear the hands, you know.
Awesome. Okay.
But yeah, so like since then, I've just been. I've played so much Diablo 2 and even Diablo 3, and I can't wait for 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Spend all the money. You make those decisions.
Wait, no, I'm just gonna buy all parsnips. We need to plant these things, man.
Yeah, but we need like potatoes and stuff too.
I already planted one of each.
What if it's a bad season for parsnips?
If it is a bad season for parsnips, we need to plant even more. I'm coming back with like 100, so you better be ready to hoe.
Roger that.
And
Going away.
I'll get some potatoes too. Okay, there's more questions here, and I know I'm missing them. So if I'm missing you guys, just ask again, please. Someone asked about what's a good. Okay, what's a good? And Will, I don't know if you have the context to answer that question. And I'm actually going to defer to the chat. People in the chat. There's a lot of folks here that love like Farming Simulator, Farming Harvest Moon. And while you're in the chat, guys, hashtag Xbox. Let's pick another winner here shortly. I think if you have a Nintendo Switch, Friends of Mineral Town remake, Story of Seasons Friends of Mineral Town, is a fantastic option. There's not so much going on that you have to worry about too many things. The map is decently small. You'll get a feel for everything you need to do, from marriage candidates to, from marriage candidates to, what am I trying to say? Well, marriage candidates to harvesting crops, planting crops, upgrading your house, dealing with the harvest goddess, dealing with the harvest sprites. I think that's a pretty good one. Other people may have better options in the chat, but if I was answering, that would be my answer. And I don't think Will has a comment on this one.
For farming sims, like,
would you say Stardew Valley is a good one to start on, or no? It's different though, right?
It's different. That's the thing. Like, I wouldn't say the very first one. Like,
why don't you take a nap, Will?
Okay. I grew up with like when Harvest Moon was the farming name.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think that'd be the name anymore. So
we almost cracked 20 people, by the way.
Rune Factory. That's nuts.
Rune Factory?
That one's like a little bit more complex, I'd say.
It is. Okay. We have an important question from Vlad. Are you ready for this one?
Yep.
What's the proper way to fold the toilet paper? Over or under?
Wait, fold it or like put it on the...
I'm going to assume he means, like, because I don't fold my toilet paper into a little triangle. So
yeah.
I'm going to say he means like over or under.
Like to put it on
Will, hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. We have 20 people here, my friend.
Woo, 21.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Mine hasn't updated yet. All right, go ahead, Will.
Oh.
Which way?
Awesome.
Which way?
Over.
Over? I'm an under guy.
But if you look at the actual patent for the toilet and the like toilet roll holder, it's over.
Okay. You know what?
Because like, why would you have to reach underneath the whole thing? It's less accessible.
I'm gonna take back my comment. Vlad, no offense to your comment, I don't care. I mean, whatever way the toilet paper's on is fine with me.
I definitely do care. Like,
do you
I'm
care?
one of those people that I am opinionated on this. Like, I had guests over. It wasn't a guest. It was my sister was here with her newborn for their.
People over during quarantine. You're a good guy. Okay.
That's why I specified. No, it was she had to come back
I'm just
for
kidding,
her newborn's medical appointments. And she switched it when she was here, and it was the wrong way. I didn't say anything, but I definitely noticed it. I was like, I wouldn't notice it on a normal day, but if I like do it and it's wrong, like I will notice. But we did miss one question.
Did we?
If I go up, yeah, because you had said it, and then I cut you off, and we went to one that was.
I think Will.
Shiznit
says I don't think Will's lying, but I'm going to say you are lying because I've never seen my Streamlabs say there's 21 people here.
It was. I did see it. I mean, look. All I'm saying, because I got the stream up, is I saw the 21 there.
You're a liar.
So.
Nope. I'm a liar. My name's Will, and I lie.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not a liar. You're just mistaken.
20 people's pretty good, Will, for after midnight Eastern time. I guess I shouldn't be so like elitist that everybody lives in Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah. Let's. So we do have. What's your worst? What's the worst game? We have. Do we do favorite bar of chocolate, or block of chocolate?
Yeah, I saw that question. Who asked that one? Marge? Mary? Lucy? Who asked that one?
Lucy asked.
Lucy, I'm not sure what you mean by block of chocolate. I like milk chocolate. Is that what you mean? Like, I like milk. My wife likes dark, but I like milk. Well?
Definitely a milk chocolate kind of guy.
Not a dark? You don't like the dark?
Not too dark, no.
Okay.
If I'm having dark, it's because I'm trying to, like, eat like a healthier little treat, right?
I think
Just one little square. Sure.
Gamergram says EST for the win. Yeah, of course. Graham is also one of our Torontonians.
Oh, yes.
Or GTAians, I should say, I guess.
GTonians?
Yeah.
GTonians, no?
Yeah.
What thing you can say?
Raider lives in California, so he says it's 9 p.m. there. I think I saw someone ask about your favorite video game composer. I don't want to sound like a jerk. Again, I don't ever look. Does that sound bad? I couldn't tell you.
No, because I was really hoping you were gonna field that one because I'm like, I do not know the name of a single one.
In terms of like music, I love the music in Age of Empires, in all of them. I've always loved Age of Empires. Whoever composed that did a fantastic job. I like the composer of Mario music and Zelda music as well, but I don't know their names. I'm sorry. Did you say we had another one? I thought you said maybe another one you had.
Question-wise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a few questions. We got what's your favorite Harvest Moon game?
So I would have said, had I not replayed it, I would have said Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Then I replayed it, and I did some streams. You can actually find the Kyrie's in Eastern Standard Time, and she says she's tired. I would have said A Wonderful Life, but then I replayed it recently on stream, and it's not as good as I remember. So, Harvest Moon 64. I really
That's
like.
what I was gonna say.
I really like Harvest Moon 64.
Yeah.
I think that's where I go.
Look, if you can just show. Never mind, I'm not gonna.
Well, grab a couple folks from the chat with the hashtag Xbox there to give them some codes, my friend.
All right, and we're not doubling up, right? Yes.
No, just one this time. Just one this time. We gotta save one for. I don't know how much longer you can go, Will. You kind of let me know.
Sir Khaled, absolutely. We have a knight in the chat.
There we go. He's a sir. He can win. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Sir, please send me a DM on Twitter. I'll be sure to hook you up probably tomorrow morning, because once this is done, I'm literally going to go straight to bed. You let me know how much longer you can go, Will, because I like to give people a little bit of a heads up. 22 now. Yikes. I like to give people a little heads up before we quit. I'm good to go for a while yet. It's up to you.
I'll do another day. I mean, like, I can't guarantee anything at this point, but we'll keep the party going.
Keep the party going. Okay.
As long as we still have new questions to ask, or I fall asleep on you. If I start snoring, call it quits.
Someone I think asked what's your favorite soundtrack of all time. I did see that somewhere. And my favorite, like if we're talking films or anything, my favorite soundtrack of all time is Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to fight with Howard Shore's Lord of the Rings, in my opinion. We need to build some scarecrows, by the way.
You don't want to just keep losing all our...
No, I prefer not
Let's
to.
go to the mine.
Yeah, why?
The mine yet?
No, but we haven't had a rainy day. So anyway, Will, your favorite soundtrack of all time, video games or movie?
I mean, Lord of the Rings really, really is up there.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is going to sound weird, and it's going to be weird, but really, really like the Lion King. I know it's weird.
Did you say the Lion King?
I sure did.
No, it's a good soundtrack. I don't have that. Be prepared for the chance of a lifetime. Don't sing any more of that because we'll get demonetized.
Yeah. Well, it's just so accurate. It's definitely gonna flag it.
We have 23 people here. Wait till they all hear that in about 10 seconds, and they're gonna be gone.
Yeah. Peace out. We missed one from Kyrie. What is the worst game you have played?
The worst game we've played.
I remember I remember the color of the case.
Mm-hmm. You remember the color of the case?
I recall buying this game and playing it for like 24 seconds and then throwing it away. What the heck was it?
My worst game's Harvest Moon 1 World. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, hot take. Hello. Coming in hot.
Worst game I've ever played. I've played some bad games, but worst. You know what? Most disappointing. I've got a story. Unless you were ready to go, Will, and then I don't want to cut you off.
Go. No, I'm looking this up.
Yeah, so Will's just standing there because he has to look something up, whereas I got to tow the farm and everything else. We got 23 people now, Will. 23. I love the game Sacred 2. Did you ever play Sacred 2, Will?
No.
It was kind of like a Diablo style top down, kind of almost like a top down, big open world game. You bought equipment. So I liked Sacred 2, and then, oh my goodness, my brother Joash just said it. After Sacred 2 came out, shortly after that, I think, Two Worlds was announced, and it was supposed to be like this next Skyrim thing. And so Two Worlds was announced, and my brother Joash and I, who just said Two Worlds in the chat, we followed that game a lot, and the game looked good. And this was before you got as easy access to video and stuff as you could before, right? This is a long time ago. And so Two Worlds, and we watched the content, and we watched the content, and we watched the content, and so excited for it. It looked so good, and it came out, and that was a hot piece of trash. I remember like being so disappointed. Hot piece of trash. Will, I want to tell you something before you answer your question. We just had Olga jump into the chat.
Yeah.
2 things about Olga. Thing number 1, Olga just bought her very first video game of all time.
Oh, that's incredible. Welcome to the club.
I'm going to say this. I think you could probably guess it. She bought it. She got a Nintendo Switch, and she bought one game for it. What did she buy?
Animal Crossing.
Bingo.
Yeah!
That's Olga's first video game. She mentioned it the other day.
That is a fantastic choice.
Second, and hello, Olga. Olga just jumped in. Second thing about Olga, and also about Shiznits. I've had 2 massive donations to my channel, Will. One from Shiznits and one from Olga, and they were the same amount. Guess how much?
I have no idea.
$50.
Ooh!
The one episode when Olga did it, I think Olga, when Olga did it, I couldn't hold it together, I'll be honest with you. Like, I had to stop playing for a second, because when someone flashes you a 50 on the screen, and to be fair, that was after it was well over $100 in donations that night, right? And Olga just sent it way over the top, right? So I was having a hard time doing it. Shiznits did it 2 nights later, $50 as well. And I didn't cry, I laughed. And I felt bad about it after, and I know Shiznits is here, so I'm going to apologize to Shiznits now. Olga says she's playing Animal Crossing right now. Anyway, I laughed when Shiznits sent me the donation, and the only reason why I laughed, Will, is so that I didn't break down again.
That's fair. You gotta laugh to keep yourself from crying.
I had to
That's
keep...
thing.
And you know me, Will. Am I an emotional guy?
You cry like every single time.
Okay, shut up, Will.
No. No, you're emotionally unavailable, I think is how I would say it.
Anyway, well, I did my 2 Worlds. Your turn. Yeah. Kyrie said we broke Adam. Broken Adam. It was Broken Adam.
Yeah.
It 100% was.
Sounds about right.
All right, go ahead, Will. Did you find
worst
the title?
game? So I found it. I did. You know what? All I had to look up was worst PS3 game Yellow. That is all I needed. It was the very first hit. Haze.
Haze. What was it about?
That is a very good question. I legitimately, it was supposed to be a shooter game. Okay.
Did you pay for this game?
So $4 from one of those like Walmart like cheapy bins.
Okay, well at least you didn't I think, and Joash is here. He can correct me. I'm pretty sure we went all in on 2 Worlds when it was pretty expensive.
Oh man, that definitely feels worse. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
So like it was everything about it was wrong. Like picture like the perfect description of a game that you would never want to play. That's this game. It is, now that I'm looking at it, it's actually been like touted as one of the 30 worst games ever made.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was supposed to be made on Xbox 360 and available for Windows, and that was canceled after its PS3 release because it was so poorly received.
No way.
And all you have to search is worst PS3 game Yellow, and that shows up. So that should tell you all you need to know. Because that's the only memorable thing about it. Is it's got like a yellow like soldier's mask with a crack on it on the
nice.
cover.
I love that Joash commented in the chat and said Two Worlds because that's exactly where I was going. Joash and I were close. We're 4 years apart, but we were pretty close growing up. And he's right below me in the pecking order of 8. Joash said, yeah, we bought it day 1, and I think we played max 20 minutes, Will.
Oh, that hurts.
And what
That's
year?
a bad feeling.
Joash is here. Joash, what year did that come out? I want to know how old I was, and if I probably spent my own money on it, and how I got that money.
While you're waiting for that answer, do you want to answer a question from Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny, ask the question.
Is there a game that you played as a kid, but it was very hard, and you only finished it a lot of years later?
Yes. I don't think I was a kid. I mean, I was a kid. Like, are you a kid until you're, what, 16?
Yeah.
I never finished because it was hard, and it's still hard. 2007, Joash said. So I was a year out of high school at that point.
Wow.
So, I mean, money wasn't that hard. It's not like I had saved pennies and birthday money at that point. I probably was working for my dad, so, but still. Back to the story at hand. Are we still good to go, Will? You're good?
Yeah. One more loose.
Yeah. Okay. What am I talking about, Will?
You're talking about you went on a tangent about the game, but it is a game that was hard. You played as a kid, but it's too hard, and you didn't beat it till years later.
Mario Sunshine. That game was stupid hard. And it still is. It really is still a hard game. I never beat that as a kid. I owned it. And I beat it actually just recently with the new 3D All-Stars collection. Would be the first time.
Is that still available?
Yes. I've seen it. Like, I went to the store to pick up some groceries before in Ontario, they kind of locked off all that stuff. And it was in the case. So now when
okay, because I knew there was a big thing about it. Not being
when it's gone, it's gone. Maybe. I don't really know yet, but it seems like you can still get it. I think last I checked, it's still up on like Amazon Canada as well. So
is it on like the Nintendo Wii shop or?
I don't know if it's been. I'm gonna actually guess it's been taken down from the eShop. If I'm being honest, probably it's been because Nintendo put a pretty firm date of March 31st on it, right? So I'm gonna bet it's not on the eShop. I'm gonna put pretty good money on it not being on the eShop. Kyrie, by the way, said her worst game before you hop into what you were gonna say, Will. Her worst game of all time was Assassin's Creed Unity, and I back her up on that because it was a bad game.
Yeah.
I believe they fixed.
And especially.
I believe they fixed it. And if you go back and play it now, I don't think it's as bad, but I never went back. It had frame rate problems. It had problems all over the place. Anyway, Will, your worst game, my friend.
No, we did worst game, but we're doing hardest
hardest game. Sorry, yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Mine was UN Squadron. It was a Super Nintendo game.
Okay.
And it was like a 2D like side scroller, but it was like, it was clearly your plane was sitting still and the environment was moving right past you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like fighter jets and stuff, and you had to like upgrade your weapons and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
And played it once since I was like 4 years old, and I finally beat it like 2 years later 2 years ago because my Super Nintendo still works, and every once in a while break it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Do we have more questions here, my friend? Raider Biz says 3D All Stars is still available physically. Once it's sold out, they won't make more. At least that's what Nintendo's been saying. So I'm going to guess then, based on what he's saying there, that means, yeah, it's not available in the eShop anymore.
Why?
Yeah.
I don't personally understand that, but Nintendo is known for those kind of things.
It's not the first time they've done it.
Nope.
And I'm sure very few people in this chat could even tell you the first time they did it. I can't tell you. I just know they've done it before. So that tells you what it's actually going to mean in 5 years.
Yeah, exactly. No, of course.
People will forget, and it won't be a thing. Yeah. I'm still of the opinion that you're going to see these games released one at a time in the eShop as standalone purchases.
Probably.
Gamer Graham, who I talk very highly of all the time, just said, "Shut your mouth. AC Unity was fine once patched. Was a lot of fun. Not as good as Syndicate, but for $4.99 from Best Buy, it was a good time."
Yeah, but like games that have a bad launch, it's hard to recover from. Like, I mean, Cyberpunk is still struggling, isn't it?
Cyberpunk, I think, has actually sold pretty well, which shocks me. But yeah, yeah. Have we caught up on
I think we're caught up. Yeah. If
questions?
there's any questions we've missed, please retype, remind us. You know, we're. I think
Otherwise,
we're
Will's
here.
peacing out, guys. He's peacing out, and whenever this day's over. Kyrie says she bought it day 1, sold it back day 2.
Oh, savage.
At least you had the option. When I bought 2 Worlds, it was like, here's your game. Ha ha, sucker.
Peace out.
I bet you the person that sold it to me was like, you don't know what you're about to do. I don't know. They gave a free season pass for AC Unity because of all the problems. I do remember that. I should go back and play it because I do know they patched it and people were like, no, this is a good game. And I've actually had people say to me they believe Unity is in the top 5 Assassin's Creed games. Joash said I bought so many digital copies of Unity for 49 cents I would hand those out to anyone.
Well, hit me up. I don't have it yet.
Joash Will wants it. Do you still have any? Will, I've got a question for you, my friend. Because I know you're an AC fan as well as me.
Sure am.
Top 5 AC games. Go. Because we're talking AC.
You're gonna. Okay.
Is that unfair? Should I go first since I know mine?
Do you need them in order? If you don't need them in order, I can do it like fairly quickly.
I would like to know what's kind of at the top and at the bottom, and what kind of shuffles in the middle, if you could. While you're thinking about that,
Brotherhood is my favorite.
Brotherhood's your favorite. Gamer Graham makes a really good point. He said, For Honor, Rainbow Six Siege, and even The Witcher 3 launched pretty terribly, but came back and rocked it. And I agree. Maybe not so much on For Honor, in my opinion, but that's an opinion thing.
Yeah, you can't deny Witcher 3. But maybe I'm missing like Witcher 3's like big. I thought they had an okay launch, but
Well, we're creeping towards 30, my friend.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, Bar. 26. That's pretty good.
We're heading there.
Did we pick someone? I said to pick people. Told people to put hashtags. Did I ever pick anybody?
Yeah, we've picked 3 people,
right.
And I'm sure you've written them down, right?
No. I mean, if I have to check, I can go back and watch the whole video.
Watch the VOD, yeah.
But let's do it again, folks. Just put those hashtags down in the chat below. We'll pick, I think, 2 more. I think we'll pick them right before we kind of end the stream today. So 2 more. So, Will, I'm still waiting on your AC stuff here, my friend.
All right.
You're keeping me waiting too long, my friend.
Okay, Brotherhood. Okay, we're going Brotherhood.
Okay.
This is going to be controversial. A lot of people are not going to agree with me.
Okay.
Vikings.
That's not what it's called, but sure.
What? Valhalla.
There
no.
You go.
Yeah, Valhalla.
Yeah, it's not
called
Vikings. It's not called Vikings.
Look, you know what? It is late. We went over this.
Okay.
I got the V right. No, okay, so Brotherhood, Valhalla. Original.
Okay. At 3? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Odyssey, Origins.
Wow, so you really like the new stuff, eh?
I really like the new stuff. I like all the mythologies. I've always been a mythology guy.
Unrelated, Will, you have to do all the fishing for the community center because I just suck at fishing and I hate it. I'm not doing it. Forget that.
Well, I'm going to start fishing right now.
I should stop bragging about viewers because every time I do, we drop some.
Let's go through like, you know what? I can't support this arrogant guy any longer. I just can't do it.
It's probably what people say.
Yeah.
I got called a greedy effer the other day.
Ooh.
I had too many donation options on for my channel, like too many places people could donate, and some guy emailed me and told me how I was a greedy effer. That was fun.
Sounds about right.
All right, my 5 AC. Numero uno is the newest in the series, Valhalla.
You mean Vikings? Yeah, got it.
No, it's not called Vikings.
We're leaning into it. We're leaning into it.
No, AC Vikings is never going to be a thing.
I'm going to make them make it. Just so you keep those words.
Number two on the list is Assassin's Creed 4, the Black Flag. The ship sailing mechanics in that game were spot on.
I will agree to that 100%.
Before I continue my list, I'll have a little interlude because that's fun, right? and that was I really wish Assassin's Creed 3 was better because that's a time frame I really love.
I could. You know what? Can I change mine? Can I take
Yeah.
Origins out and put Black Flag in?
Yeah, for sure.
We're tossing it in there. It deserves it.
Okay, so number and this might be cheating. Number 3 on my list is AC2 plus all the additional AC2s that came out.
Nah, you gotta pick them. I picked Brotherhood. You gotta pick one.
Okay, well I'll pick AC2 then. But I just want everybody in the chat to know I'm looping in all of the other AC2 Ezio.
The chat will
Hold on.
forget what they've been heard.
You know what, Will?
Told.
I'm not going to say AC2. I'm going to say I like Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection. There you go. Suck it.
Rude.
After that, I will go. Number 4 is AC Origins, Egypt. Fantastic place to set a game.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my last pick, I will go with number 1, the thing that started it all. So I think where you
basically our top 5s were basically the same.
Okay, but
except that I put Odyssey instead of Origins.
No, and you also didn't have 2. The fact
Brotherhood is part of 2. You're telling me it's not?
Well, I mean, but if you were doing what you were saying, AC2 is better than Brotherhood.
Okay, no, I'm putting Brotherhood.
Will, in the chat, Joash just said, I sent the Unity code to Adam. It isn't marked as used in my notes, but it's the only one not marked, so it may have been used. So Olga asked Kyrie what time it was where she was. And Olga is now giving Kyrie lots of love for being so dedicated and watching at 12:24. Olga,
yeah, that is...
where's the love for Will and I? We are also at 12:24. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see my tweet the other day where I said if you come to my streams you get laughs because I literally told a viewer to screw off? Did you see that tweet?
No.
Yeah. So Olga was the person I told to screw off. We were playing D-Land.
Yeah.
And people like fly to your island and land on your island or on your planet and sell you stuff and stuff like that. But if they're on your planet, you can't do some stuff.
So kind of like Animal Crossing, yeah.
I was talking to this character named Mune, right? And I wanted Mune to screw off, but Olga had just come into the chat, and so I had been saying hi to Olga. So like in my frustration, I was like, you know what, Olga, just screw off so I can do something. And then I was like, wait, no, I'm going to take that back. I'm sorry, Olga.
This was not what it was meant to be.
That was not what I meant to say. Olga seems to factor into a lot of stories for the channel.
Can I just point out that Vinny's with me on the AC Vikings. We're getting AC Vikings in the chat.
AC Vikings is not a thing. It's not a thing.
Vinny Philly begs to differ. I'm just saying. That's 2-1.
Josh is saying if you can't get the copy of Unity to work, he says it's on CD keys for $3.50 Canadian. Oh, it's really late. I should go to bed. Will, how are you feeling here? Do I got to wrap this show up or what?
You know, it's been a while without a question, but
I can definitively say one more day. Okay.
Yeah, one more day, and then I think we're done.
I'm gonna let you guys know one more day equals about 15 minutes. So if you have any last questions, throw them out there. Otherwise, oops. Oh, you're not in bed yet. If you have any last questions, throw them out there. We're going to wrap up in about 15 minutes. That is when I'll pull 2 more winners with the hashtag Xbox. I saw Danny here. Hey, Danny. I hadn't seen her. She might have been here for a while, but yeah. So Ange says where she's at, it's 11:28, but Ange is out west. 12:28 for Shiznitz as well.
Got a lot of people on EST.
Yeah, a lot of EST folks, and happy to have you with us. 27. Oh, well, I said I wasn't going to say how many people we had. My bad. Are you coming to bed?
Lucy also supports AC Vikings. We're now at we're now in a 3-1 scenario here.
AC Vikings, folks, is not a thing, and it's not happening.
Guys, let's make Twitter blow up. Hashtag AC Vikings. Let's get it trending.
Kyrie is gone. She says, "I'm done. Night." Thanks, Kyrie, for coming out, and thank you, as always, for your support on Patreon through Super Chats. Kyrie's given me some Super Chats before. Thank you, Kyrie. Have a good evening.
And I'm sorry for AC Vikings.
And Will's sorry for AC Vikings. Okay.
Can I help today or what?
I think we have like 2 people from Brazil. Vinny Philly says he's in Brazil, and so is Carlos, if Carlos is still here, that is.
1:30 in the morning. Holy.
That's dedication, my friends.
That is.
It's only 4.
Glad to have
Lucy's
you here
in.
with us on
Lucy,
Saturday night.
did you see where Lucy's from, Will?
Down under.
Well, not really. Isn't
I'm
Australia
sorry.
down under?
I don't know.
Lucy?
Is New Zealand not part of that?
Lucy, is New
Sorry.
Zealand down under, or is Will just a moron?
I'm probably a moron. That's like not really up for debate.
Pecan's saying West Coast type.
Nice. 9:30. Nice.
If nothing else, though, Will, this little podcast that we've done, and I think we're going to do more. If people like this, hands up in the chat, or just comment, do you like this? Like, would you watch this again? Will and I just bantering, answering questions, talking about crap. Anyway, it's proof that you can stream right around midnight and still get a good crew.
Absolutely.
Like, this is a good crew.
Oh, that is Australia. I was very wrong. Please don't rescind your support for AC Vikings. I apologize.
I would rescind your report.
Don't. You're just very much. See, love you, Will. See, we're getting some love. Thank you, Lucy.
Yeah, Olga. Will doesn't know that New Zealand's close to Australia. He's silly.
It's of course I do. What?
Lucy said she loves you. She better be careful. Is Christine still around? She might not like that.
I think it's a platonic love.
Olga says it is entertaining. Thanks, Olga. Yeah, if you're down to be back here, I think Will will want to do this again. I think. Will, am I wrong? Or?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Will
be
absolutely.
back.
No, thanks for having this. Thanks.
We talked about doing
Thanks
this.
for all the kind words.
I feel like we talked about doing this before I even had a YouTube channel. No?
Yeah, we did. We just thought, this would be something really fun to do, and turns out it is. It's a lot of fun.
Well, I have a question for you. I'm aimlessly roaming around our farm. How do I get down to the forest?
Okay, so you are way too far left. You got to go way further right.
Oh, really? Okay, cool. Thank you. That's all I need to know. Lots of people in the chat saying that they'd come back for this, which is awesome. I enjoy doing this. I like talking with Will, and Will and I need to find ways or reasons to talk more together, I think. I like to stream. I like to get new viewers. But it's just fun stuff. I have to ask you, Will, can you hear, because I did set up in the basement tonight so that I could actually talk a little bit louder than I normally do. Yeah, SH Moose is in the chat saying, hello, I'm new. Hey, SH Moose.
Welcome.
Are you sure that's not you, Will?
It's not me. I promise that's not me.
You've got the nickname Moose, but that's not you.
That is not me. No. Thank you all for your kind words.
Yes, it's awesome. Will and I will definitely do this again. We'll try to be as regular as we possibly can. But I might even have to shell out and get Will an avatar, although he's really attached to his current avatar, which you saw on the profile picture or the thumbnail for this video, that Christine made for him, which is awesome.
She does do all sorts of Twitch emotes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, she does. She does. Now, mind you, if you could get one made up like mine, Will, that would be easy and nice.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. See what we can do.
I think if this is gonna be a regular thing. What I was gonna ask you is, I set up in the basement, so I could talk a little bit louder, and I just noticed that my furnace kicked on because it's actually freezing here. It's like
cannot hear a thing.
You can't hear it? Ah, it's fantastic.
No.
Awesome. That's all I want to know. SH Moose said the person I was watching ended stream, so I came to you. Well, thank you. I'm happy. We're happy to have you. We're near the end for tonight, but oh, Christine's still here, and she did a big smiley face. I don't know what that means. Maybe she's happy that we talked.
I think she might have heard us. Yeah, we were plugging her art.
Plugging her art.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Which
Fantasy.
I asked Christine, because I'm setting up my YouTube memberships. So I asked Christine to do some, or to price me out some badges and emotes and stuff, because you can do that on YouTube. And I'll have to circle back with her once I kind of finalize everything I want to submit to YouTube for approval. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lucy, yeah, we'll have to get AC Vikings trending, just if nothing else, just to make Adam angry. Absolutely.
No, we're not getting AC Vikings trending. I guarantee you, if I go to Twitter right now and type in AC Vikings, it's going to be Will and maybe Lucy talking about AC Vikings.
It's going to be 3 million people talking about this. #1 trending North America.
Okay.
In the world.
If I typed AC Vikings into Twitter, I know I would find like thousands of posts, because there's tons of people calling it AC Vikings. I can admit that,
because that's what all the cool kids are saying.
It doesn't make AC Vikings right.
Look, all right, there is no right and wrong here. There's no objective answer. This is it is what we want it to be.
I do want to flag something that Pecan just said. Let's get those likes up. Yeah, please like, comment, share with a friend, hit that notification bell. Anything and everything you guys can do, even just being here watching the video, supports the channel, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you for that. All right, well, keep going. Sorry. I cut you off.
I mean, we're just
I cut you off.
AC Vikings is pretty much where we cut ourselves off here. So.
No, Lucy says I gotta search it up after the stream, so she probably wrote something about AC Vikings.
That is incredible.
Have you gone into the mine yet, my friend?
Oh no, we can do that now. Yeah. Time. Let's go to the mine for a bit.
Shouldn't we also be going to see the wizard?
There's a lot of things we should be doing.
I think it's probably I think probably because we're talking.
Yeah, if anyone's new to this game, this is probably not the best
example
tutorial on how to optimize. Yeah,
we're not optimizing here. This is a game Will and I both enjoy. It's long, so let's say in a good world we had 50 episodes of this podcast. We could play this. Will and I could both easily play this 50 times for 50 hours.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
not a problem.
Yeah, no, that's easy peasy. I think we're out of questions, Will, and we are going to wrap it up. I did ask people to put some hashtag Xboxes in the chat. If you want to scroll up, Will, and grab 2 more folks. You probably forgot who you already asked, so if you ask someone twice, it's just their lucky day, I think.
So you know what?
Call it 2 more folks.
We got 2 more. You know what? All right, we got them here.
Right.
We got Danny Gallagher.
Nice.
And I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, but Lucius Travagin.
Okay, fantastic. I hope you guys have me on Twitter. If you don't, it's at Adam Roffel, ADAMROFFEL, just my username on YouTube. And you can find me on Twitter. Shoot me a DM to claim your prize. RaiderBiz says I have to go for now. If you're ending soon, I'll miss the end of the stream. If not, I'll be back after I get my kids to bed. No, RaiderBiz, we'll be done in probably about 5 or 6 minutes here, I think.
But we are striving to make this a regular occurrence for sure.
Yes. We're going to try to make
this thank you so much for being here.
As regular as we can. But I know a lot of you guys have notifications on, and that's how you find us. But I know a lot of new people have kind of funneled through tonight, which is awesome to see. It's nice to get new people. Okay. So we have not optimized, but I don't think the point of this game is to optimize well.
No, we're just gonna let it come at us as it will here.
Yeah. What's it gonna take to build a scarecrow? Because we definitely need some scarecrows.
We need coal, which we need to be in the mine for.
No, you don't. You can get coal from rocks. We got some.
Okay, well, why not?
You really do suck at this game.
I mean, I'm not going for any world records, but I don't think that's a little harsh. A little hurtful.
Oh, man.
You're not invited into my mine.
They call it a mine.
A mine.
Olga says she didn't have Twitter, but she just got I don't think they can copyright us for a movie quote, can they?
I don't know. They get us for anything.
Freaking hope not. You know what, Will? I don't even know if I monetize this video. So.
Well, you hate to see it. Can you do it after the fact?
Well, yeah, but I can't score ad money for people who are watching now.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's so terrible how I just said that. It's like these people are meat.
Yeah. He doesn't mean this.
Watch my video so I can get ad revenue.
Oh, dude.
These people.
Did
know
you
me
just
better
get the
than
count
that.
so that you can help make AC Vikings trending, Olga? Please
Oh
tell
yeah,
me that's what happened.
100% Will. I did not monetize this video. I just
Plus.
took a look. Nice, good work, Adam.
Oh,
But that means
well.
all these people got to show up tonight and not watch an ad. So
Must be nice.
I better not forget next time.
People like ad-free content. We give the people what they want.
Ad-free content is good, Will. I knew you know my current setup for streaming. I need to make some adjustments and some changes, and that does cost money.
That's very true.
So watching an ad is a very easy and technically free way for people to support the channel if they would like to.
That is true.
AC Vikings. Christine is on the AC Vikings train.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Olga said
It's
she's
taking
following
over.
you.
It's picking up steam.
Will is also on Twitter. Will, what's your BluBoy7?
That's just at it's just at Will Pennell.
WILLPENNELL.
That's correct.
Two N's, two L's. Pennell. PENNELL. You can find Will on Twitter too. Will doesn't use Twitter too much because he thinks it's a toxic environment, and he's not wrong.
I have a hard time getting past that sometimes, I'll be honest.
It's console warriors love the Twitter, man. Console warriors love the Twitter. Love it.
I mean, so do a lot of people who just want to express their...
Is Twitter just an easier platform to spew crap and then duck?
Well, I just think it has a lot to do with the fact that, like, Twitter is so quick, right? Like, it's quick thoughts. It's very, like, real time, as opposed to Facebook is a lot of, like, albums and stuff and more, like, experiences, where Twitter seems to be the, here's my random thought, and it's on my mind, and I'm just going to put it out there.
That's true. All right, everyone. We are wrapping up in this day. I know, Will, are you in bed already?
I sure am.
Will's in bed, so I'm about to hop in bed, and then once a new game starts, Will's actually going to shut down the game. New day starts, Will's actually going to shut down the game, and it'll kick me back to the main menu, but that's fine. I do want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have come out tonight to make our very first episode of, what did I call it at the beginning, Will? Do you remember?
Games in Life.
No, but what did I say at the beginning of the podcast?
You said so many words. You said something so long that it could be part of a title.
We don't have a name for this. I just put, I was, Will, you're going to kick us to the menu, right, my friend?
Yes, I am.
Okay. There's a lot of Will Pennells. Which one's you, says Olga. Just type it in there, Will. Type it in. Copy, paste it in there for them while I'm talking. I called it Games in Life. I don't know what we're going to call this, but Will said he will be back to do this again with me. Will and I are good friends. It's not like we have to, we don't have to like struggle to do this. We're just happy to do it. And we're so glad that so many people came out tonight. We got all the way up to 28 at one point. Thank you guys all so much for that support. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. It's a good way to support the channel. Share them around if you feel comfortable doing that. Hit those like buttons, leave comments, follow us on Twitter. We have a Discord channel down below. You can find the link. Will's in there and I'm in there. There's a link for Patreon. Not a requirement. Nothing on YouTube will ever be behind a paywall. Everything will be here. Will be completely free. But if you so feel like you want to check out Patreon, see what kind of benefits there are there for you that you might want to touch base on or maybe pick up, feel free to do that. Otherwise, guys, thank you all so much. And Will and I will see you again shortly. Hopefully next week.
Good night.
Hopefully next week. Maybe midweek. Who knows? Who knows, guys?